Well, how did you start composing and writing?
Well, the very first time I did it, I was just sort of screwing around on the piano when I was a little kid. I just did it for fun. And then I did the same thing later on, you know, when I was 11, 10, 11, I wrote a couple songs on guitar where I had songs and lyrics and I sang it. It was just for fun. And then when I started Soundgarden, really it was sort of a reaction. In fact, I've been in a lot of bands that did not like the music. I've been in, I don't know, 10 bands from like 17 to 21. And I just came to the realization that I'm not going to find a band that I want to be in where there's going to be the music that I like unless I do it myself. And that's actually how I met the guys in Soundgarden, because I bought a bass from a bass player, and with the intention of learning how to play bass a little more, like start being able to write songs, and so I was in contact with them because I had money, and I just found other people who were like-minded, but that it was kind of born from the necessity to like have good music in my band, and realizing I could just rely on other people to do it. I mean, people can get lucky, but if you don't get lucky, it's not really that much different than Springsteen, who was like an instrumentalist. He was a guitar player, and he was really great. And then he found out there's a lot of really great guitar players, so that doesn't make me special. So he started writing songs, and kind of the same thing, you know.
So, do you feel like being solo?
In some ways, it's better, definitely. Yeah, particularly now, being able to play shows where I'm doing songs from any record I've ever made, in any order I want, any way that I want. I definitely like sets are long, they're kind of whatever I want. I can change it, at any time. Making the records, writing for the records is it's more involving, I suppose, for me, but it's not. I don't know if I would say it's more work. But to me, that's sort of similar. It's not that big of a difference, but it's kind of the same thing. The main difference, I suppose, is that if I write a song that I really love, I know it's going to be on the record. There's no way it's going to be like democratically voted off. Yeah.
So you're going to be covering any songs from the bands?
From every band I've ever been in, including Temple of God, including solo things I've done over the years.
When did you know that you didn't want to do what others did you want?
Somewhere in the middle of writing my record, I suppose. This solo record, which I didn't start till after we finished recording the Third Audio Slick record. I started right after that, and somewhere in there I just realized I was having too good of a time just working on my own, and with band politics kind of are what they are, and the fact that I can make records on my own, write them on my own, and without having that, I just realized I'm at a time in my life when there's a lot I want to do with music, and I don't really want anything to get in the way of it ever. And that was one of the
been inspired by any particular artist and music? What inspired you, like any particular
well, different things at different times.
When you started, you were young.
I think before I ever even played music, the Beatles was my biggest inspiration, and probably my biggest influence. Just because I feel like it comes out in my records. I mean, they made records that were so diverse. Part of the reason was because they were like two main songwriters and then another song, you know, two other guys that brought songs in occasionally, but there were three people that would sing lead, but they even still, you know, that they brought in kind of any influence they wanted. They made any kind of songs they wanted. They didn't seem to worry about it, you know, whether it sounded like what they thought their band sounded like. Any band could do like Yesterday and Helter Skelter and the same thought. But I've just always sort of felt like that's what a rock band is, because that was what I learned that it was when I was a kid. And that's why I make records the way I do. Or like my new record sounds like there's just a lot of different kinds of music going on. And you know, there's that school of thought, and then there's the kind of AC/DC Ramones school of thought, which is this is what we sound, this is what we do, it's great. You know, that's what it is, and you know, it's difficult to move outside that. Well, like, you know, I've seen it with bands like Metallica, who, you know, between the three main members that we've known about 3 years, they have a lot of different likes and dislikes in music. But it seemed like when they tried to get too far away from what fans think Metallica is supposed to be, even what it looked like, it freaked people out. But for me, I think that I just kind of learned that it wasn't really should be what they want, because they just felt that free. And I think if you do that, you get away with it, because you just do it. I don't care. But, yeah.
Okay, folks, let's do some pictures and